Back in 2017, my game of the year was Horizon Zero Dawn. It's no secret how much I love that game. It's easily one of my top 3 favorite games of all time, and I've talked about it enough at this point. If you want to hear what I have to say about it, check out my Game of the Year video where I list all the reasons why. But if you were to ask almost anybody else, they would probably say The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which released as a launch game for the Switch, as well as a swan song for the Wii U. Now, I've never been a Zelda fan, despite Zelda 2 being my inspiration for getting into RPGs. Weird, I know. In fact, the only Zelda games I've played are Zelda 2 and some of Breath of the Wild back in 2017. That's it. And I didn't even make it up with the Great Plateau. I just wasn't feeling it. I can appreciate the series and why those who like it do, but I always lean more towards JRPGs. Also, I was going back and forth between that and Persona 5, which didn't really help things. I ultimately went all in on Persona and just passed on Breath of the Wild, which put me in the minority. It's obvious that the game is great, as proven by it winning countless awards, including Game of the Year for 2017. We were robbed. Most would say it's the best Zelda game, as well as their favorite game of all time. So it makes total sense that the anticipation for the sequel, Tears of the Kingdom, would be astronomical. Arguably the most anticipated game of the year. I mean, it's been in development for the entire lifetime of the Switch. It has a bit of a reputation to live up to, and Nintendo has been leaning into this hard. Over the past 4 years, they've released 5 trailers, starting with a teaser trailer in 2019, which was the start of the hype train, since it confirmed that the game was at least being worked on. The next notable trailer came in 2022, when they revealed the title. The hype increased due to the speculation over what it could mean for the story. There was also a live stream in February of this year, where they showed off a few of the new gameplay mechanics, which, while it definitely added something new, led some fans to begin using the term $70 DLC, referring to the fact that what we knew about the game at the time didn't warrant the amount of development time or the price increase. Oh, I almost forgot. This is going to be the first Switch game to cost $70. Then, almost as in response to those accusations, they released the final trailer, which provided the most story information so far. I've heard people comparing it to the Breath of the Wild trailer that released before the game came out, but I don't know exactly which one they're talking about because, I didn't care. But this time was different. Maybe it was the music. Maybe it was my natural curiosity mixed with my love for a good story. Or maybe it was something else. But for some reason, I actually wanted to play it. I say actually not as an insult in any way, only because I have never had a real interest in the series. To be honest, I still don't, but I have one for this game. Similar to Animal Crossing New Horizons, where the design and changes they made seem fun and interesting. And if I'm being honest, there was a little FOMO mixed in too. The game was everywhere. I don't think there has been a more perfect release for a game in the history of video games. Regarding Tears of the Kingdom, it's just a case of Nintendo putting together a really good trailer. If it can not only get a die-hard Zelda fan super hyped for the game, but also someone who isn't, well, that's a good freaking trailer. Like I mentioned before, this was the most story content that was released so far. Now, that doesn't mean that we know what's going on. It's like they dumped some pieces from a puzzle onto a table and said, okay, see what you can get from this. There's a bunch of individual pieces, some that can easily be put together, some that can't, and some that you don't even realize do go together. There is so much we don't know. We know that Link must find Zelda, her words. So where is she? How did she get there? We know we're going to visit the Sky Islands. What part do they play in the story as a whole? Ganondorf is back, apparently. Gotta work on those stealing techniques, guys. We don't know exactly what we're going to be doing, exactly why we're going to be doing it, or exactly where we're going to be doing it. But things are going to get done for some reason, somewhere. And that's exactly the way Nintendo wants to keep it. That being said, this trailer made me want to do all of that. I honestly couldn't tell you if I'm going to beat it or not, or even how long I'll play, but I will play it. A good story can carry a game a long way for me. I don't know if this one will be good, but I'm willing to put in the time to find out. So, congratulations Nintendo, you've convinced me. I'm actually looking forward to playing The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. That is, until Street Fighter 6 comes out. Then I don't care how good your story is, Link is on his own.